Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit more about the Claude Agents SDK framework. So we are going to be talking about system prompt customization today. And once you have this, you're going to be able to customize your own agents at the system prompt level. So you're going to be able to tell them exactly what you want them to do for your business. And this is going to be a huge unlock for what you do building agents. So with that, I also created a quick web app where we can actually talk to a Claude assistant that's going to help us. It's pre-trained on all of the Claude system prompt docs, and I will make this public for anyone to try out because it's pretty fun. I have about $10 worth of credits, so go wild. But here we go.
Hey there, ready to dive into the Claude docs together?
Yep, so I'm recording a YouTube video right now to explain it. So I'm going to open up Cursor right now. We're going to start actually building out a project to showcase custom instructions.
That's a great idea. Showing it in action really helps viewers understand the practical side of things. When you say custom instructions, are you thinking of demonstrating something like appending to the default system prompt? Or perhaps a fully custom one?
Yeah, I want to practice some different system prompts to showcase like what a system prompt is, what it does, et cetera, et cetera. So can you just help me out with that?
Absolutely. Practicing with different system prompts is an excellent way to illustrate their power. We've got a few ways to modify them, like using Claude.md files, output styles, appending to the default prompt, or even creating a completely custom one. To help you best, what kind of scenario or behavior are you hoping to demonstrate with your system prompt examples? Are you looking to guide Claude's coding style, make it act as a specific kind of assistant, or something else?
Yeah, I don't want it to be a coding assistant. I want it to be something functional, like a social media post assistant or an email drafting assistant, inventory management assistant, something like that, something more business focused rather than just the coding.
Got it. Moving beyond just coding is a fantastic way to show the versatility of system prompts. Choosing a business-focused assistant like a social media post creator or an email drafter is a perfect example of how you can tailor Claude's behavior. Which one of those sounds most interesting to build out first?
Let's do an email drafter.
An email drafter assistant? Excellent choice. That's a really practical application of system prompts. So to get started, what specific instructions or guidelines should our email drafting assistant follow? For example, should it be formal or informal, concise or detailed? And what kind of information should it prioritize when drafting emails?
It should be formal and it should prioritize recent emails that we have created in the past for standard.
Okay, a formal email drafter that prioritizes recent templates. That's a fantastic, clear goal for a system prompt. To achieve this, we'd craft a custom system prompt that explicitly states these requirements. For instance, it would tell Claude, you are a formal email drafting assistant. Always prioritize referencing and adapting recent email templates for consistency. This way, every time you interact with it, it knows exactly how to behave. Would you like to explore how we write that out as a custom system prompt, or perhaps how we could add that instruction using the append method to an existing prompt?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's use the append method. And also I want to start coding this out. So I have Cursor open with Claude Code. You can tell me what to type into Claude Code to start building this out.
All right, let's get this coded up in Cursor. Using the Append method is a smart move because it lets us keep all of Claude Code's built-in tools and safety features while adding our specific instructions. Here's what you can type into your Python file to set up our formal email drafter that prioritizes recent templates. My apologies. It seems I tried to run that code directly, but I should just be giving it to you to type into Cursor. My mistake. Here's the Python code you can use in Cursor to set up our formal email drafter using the append method. This snippet will add your specific instructions to Claude Code's default system prompt. Python from Claude Agents DK import query, Claude Agent options async def main.
Sorry, I'm just gonna mute my computer for that because probably don't want to listen to that. So I'll just copy that and I'll paste it here, and we'll have Claude here be working on that. We can keep listening to a little bit.
Perfect. While Claude is working on that, let's quickly highlight why using Append here is so powerful. By setting the preset to Claude code and then using Append, you're essentially telling Claude, hey, keep all your amazing coding abilities and tools, but also make sure you act as a formal email drafting assistant. It's like getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. The append method is pretty cool, how it appends it to Claude Code system prompt. So let's show you what Claude responded to. So Claude said, thanks for sharing the code snippet. This demonstrates how to extend Claude Code presets with custom instructions using the Claude Agent SDK append field. A few observations about this approach. Preset plus append pattern, the system prompt config uses type preset with preset Claude Code to get the base Claude Code capabilities. Then append adds your domain specific instructions on top. Async streaming, the code uses async iteration over query to stream responses, collect messages, and print assisting content as it arrives. Number 3, custom instructions. Your appended prompt establishes the email drafting context, template, reuse, and tone requirements. Is there something specific you'd like to help with? For example, modifying the code, adding error handling, changing the prompt, or adjusting the output format, understanding the SDK? You know what, I'm just going to or why don't you instruct the next step for it?
That's a great summary from Claude. It really highlights how Append lets us build on existing capabilities. Since we've seen how Append works, how about we try a fully custom system prompt next? That would really highlight the difference, especially how you gain complete control, but also need to be mindful of what you might lose, like the default tools and built-in safety features.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't want you to make it. I want you to instruct Claude to make it in Cursor so that it will actually type out the code, because you're not able to type the code out right.
You're absolutely right. My apologies for trying to generate the code myself earlier. I should be guiding you and Claude in Cursor to do the coding. So, for our next step, let's instruct Claude in Cursor to create a fully custom system prompt for our email drafter. This will completely replace Claude Code's default prompt, giving us total control over its behavior. But it also means we'll lose the default tools and safety features unless we explicitly add them back. Please tell Claude in Cursor, generate Python code using the Claude Agents DK that implements a fully custom system prompt for an email drafting assistant. The custom prompt should state, you are a highly formal and concise email drafting assistant. Your primary goal is to generate professional emails that are direct and to the point, suitable for corporate communication. Do not include any conversational filler or pleasantries. Focus solely on the core message and required actions. You do not have access to any external tools or files. The query should be for draft a formal email to a colleague about a new policy update.
Yeah, like it a lot. I think Claude right now is going ahead and building it out right now in our project. It's creating a Python file called email_drafter. While it's building that, is there any next prompt we might want to add to it?
That's great. While Claude is busy setting up that custom prompt file, let's think about what we could explore next. Since we've looked at append and now a custom prompt, how about we dive into claude.de files? They're fantastic for project-level instructions that persist across sessions and can be version controlled, which is super useful for teams. We can even add some general email guidelines to a claude.de file for our project.
Okay, sounds good. I'm just getting an error right now because it's telling me to run Python email_drafter agent.py. Oh, so I think we didn't install Python. So we have to install Python first and then we'll go ahead and run the file.
That's a classic step. It sounds like the environment isn't quite set up with Python yet. No worries at all. That's a common hurdle when getting started. To get Python installed so you can run email drafter agent.py, the easiest and most recommended way is to head over to the official Python website.
Okay, sounds good. I think that we were able to install Python correctly, and now we're downloading the Claude Agent SDK. Just a quick question. When we download the Claude Agent SDK, is that different than installing the Python environment, or would that go in the Python environment? Sorry, I'm a little bit confused. Oh, I think we lost connection with our assistant.
Hey there! Ready to dive into the Claude docs together?
Yeah, let me give you a little background on what I'm doing right now. So I'm working on the Claude custom system prop docs, and I'm creating a real life example in Cursor. Right now I'm creating the append method. Oh, I hit my quota limit in the middle of this call. That's okay. We'll just continue here and see what we can do. Hopefully our Claude in Cursor will help us out. But yeah, let's see if it ran correctly. Oh, I think something's happening. Let's see. Did it work? Yeah. Generally, I like to see nice UIs, but big blob of text is cool too. So it says it worked. The SDK returned three messages: system message, initialized info, tool calls message, assistant message, results message, success status cost 1 cent. The email it generated was a formal and concise that I requested. Would you like me to update the code to only print the email? I'm just wondering where I can actually see the system prompt. Is it in our files? So this docs file is actually just the Claude system prompts documentation. So it says here the systems prompt is defined directly in your email drafter py. It's the custom system prompt variable. Oh, I see. So it's right in the Python script. You are a highly formal and concise email draft system. Your primary goal is to generate professional emails, etc., etc. Okay, cool. So from my understanding, this gets appended to Claude's system prompt. So now what I want to see is a real agentic experience where it has the Claude code system prompt and it has this email drafter appended to it. Can we do that? So it says exactly with the append approach, that's exactly what happens, Claude. So basically what we're doing is we're taking this specialized email tool and we're appending it to Claude Code Docs. Okay, tremendous, tremendous. And I do prefer to use like a very simple UI, like we can make it like Apple iOS themed, but I want to be able to interact with the agent via a nice interactive UI rather than just the terminal. Yeah, because nobody's going to come in here, customer or a client is not going to come in here and use the terminal. We're going to want like a nice UI for our app. And I would always recommend just suggesting iOS because I was thinking about it. If you don't suggest a theme, it's probably just going to make some like purpley, not look good looking thing. But if you say iOS theme web UI, like iOS is usually one of the best in terms of its style. It's usually on top and ahead of things in terms of the style. So if you just say iOS, it'll pick that up pretty easily. So it's saying I'm creating a simple iOS themed web UI for your email agent. Let's build a fast API backend and a clean front end. So what I'm assuming it's going to do is it's going to create this thing called app.py. That's like the connector between our front end and our email drafter. So it says, oh, we have the email drafting instructions here. We have the generate response function. We have the chat function, and we have the serving the main UI function. So it says here, done, create an iOS theme web app. Your project has now custom instruction, blah, 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 to run it. Run python.app and then open this in your browser. Okay, let's try it. No, it still made it purpley. I don't like the purpley thing. Okay, let's try it. It's probably going to need an API key, but let's try it. Oh, never mind. It did work. I don't even know how it's getting my API key. I think it's already in the environment. Can you draft a professional email for me to a client about Claude Code? Oh, this probably needs to be fixed up. I need a bit more context to make it relevant using ask user question. So right now what you can see is this is agentic capability. I need a bit more context. I can draft a general professional email about Claude Code. We're implementing the Claude Code software development. Okay, I think that experience is decent, but I want to know that it actually used the email drafting template. So let's do a few things. Let's first create just a random email drafting template. Let's make it unique, like something super jumpy and exciting. And then if we can, let's instruct our agent to notify us in the chat when it's using that tool, that draft email part of the system prompt, because I don't want it to just, I don't want to not know if it used or not used our template. So that's why I'm asking it specifically to do that. So it's just create a unique email template and updating the agent to announce when it's using it. The rocket launch email template, I love it. So I think we know if there's going to be some wild emoji, then we're going to know that it used it. In the meantime, I don't really like this UI, so let's make this UI like way better. So I'm going to drag in a new chat. One pattern that I've been really liking lately is having the multiple chats open, kind of stacking it, because that way you can see when it actually finishes working. So I'm just going to open up a new Claude instance. I'm going to refresh this page and just be like, hey, I'm looking to draft an email. Who is the recipient? What is the purpose? The recipient is Tom Brady. The purpose is to ask him to get on a podcast with me. The key points are you get to present to my community and inspire a bunch of people. And number 4, is there a specific action or response you need from the recipient? Yes, please join my podcast. Way better. Right now it's simple. Can you please make it look like the Linear UI? Linear is like a really good app. But anyways, I don't know, it didn't use our template, or at least I don't think it used our template. So I'm just gonna paste this screenshot and say, I don't think it used the template. It looks really plain. So I added all these multiple steps. Sorry, this is probably not the best UI, but rocket launch email mode, mandatory template, activate with the start standing liftoff, step 2, lines must start with an emoji, opening, body, closing. And this is an over-the-top example, but you can imagine if you're writing emails to people and you always want to have your certain tone and build that brand, then it's cool. Oh, I think I might have to restart the app. That might be why. Where did I? Oh, I think I ran it here. Yeah. Let's try it. Oh, I gotta open it up here. Hola, I'm looking to write an email. All right, I appreciate you activating rocket launch email mode. And that's great that it's using the system prompt. But who is the recipient? Tom Brady. What is the main purpose? Looking to have podcasts with him. Any key dates you should include? End of the month. What's the tone? Professional, inspiring. Really want him on the podcast. By the way, this voice AI that I'm using is called Whisperflow. Like, probably some of the best $9 or whatever I've invested. I don't even type anymore. I just talk. There you go. Okay. Cool. So we modified our system prompt. It's now done it in the exact format we want. And there we go. And so that's basically how you can adjust the system prompt of your agent. And now your agent will always do that. So that's pretty much it. That's system prompts. I hope you learned something. Please go and try to make it yourself. I know these things are finicky, but they're going to get so good so soon. And I think that agents are going to become so huge. And you're going to have 10 or 20 agents in your company. So highly recommend starting to practice this now. If you way more about this than me, happy to have a chat. We could even do a 30-minute meeting just to like share thoughts. But thank you so much for watching and wishing you a great... Oh, wait, hold on. Before I go, it just finished editing this HTML to make it look like linear. And I don't want to keep this purpley background. I knew it was going to make a purpley background. I don't know what makes AIs like love purple in terms, but let's refresh. There we go. Now it looks like way too dark. But it does have this cool like thing here, which is not bad. It looks a lot like Twitter now, but that's okay. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.